friend Dumbero. Well, considering this deck looks absolutely miserable, we're going to start with a friendly league. Let us be much coward. Much coward. Much coward. Friendly league. Playing that friendly league because I'm a coward. I guess I should pop up the deck list. Because people are probably going to ask about this one for a bit. So, like, what are these vile cards? I need to read some of them. What do you do? Scry one whenever you cast a non-creature spell. You may have this come a 3/3 flyer. Hot damn. We gonna give them the business. I got here. Damage can't be prevented this turn if a source you control would. It's a sorcery? Nah, man, that can't be a sorcery. That card would be good if it wasn't a sorcery. SNTLV, I hope you're ready to get the business. How many red sources were in this pile? 4, 8, 12, 16. We have 4 basic islands and we drew 2. You know what? You know what? This seems like a mulligan. Well, we should have kept what we had. Alright. Well, we're ready to battle. Yes, I will keep any land that is a land that's a land. We have a land. We're landing people. Rip. Zombie seems very good versus us. I'm not sure what seems bad versus us, though. I'm willing to take the 2 to try to kill a Metallic Mimic. It's the card that's probably harder for me to beat. Also would kill a Relentless Dead in this spot. So we're going to untap. We're going to play this thing because they can both attack next turn if I do it this way. Yeah. I can technically attack for like, I don't know, 3, 6, 7, 8. I could technically attack for 8 this turn in the air, but that doesn't seem particularly good. Well, another island is obviously not what I want. Well, if he doesn't have a removal spell, this spell is a friend linked it to me and asked me if I wanted to stream it from Reddit. Well, that was a cool turn. Too bad he has a 1 mana spell to kill my combo. Please no Fatal Push. Fatal Push would be bad for me. Oh, and he left 2 mana up. Boys and girls, things ain't going well. I'm not going to scry because I have too many blue cards. Or sorry, too many red cards in the deck. Rip. Well, trying to think of cards that would let me win, and there's not a lot of them. Especially if he happens to have a Fatal Push this turn. Well, he didn't have a Fatal Push, so I guess there's some chance. Technically, any castable spell would win from where we're currently at. Liliana Mastery would have just killed me, but like, can I play around the Liliana Mastery? I'm pretty sure if he's just got anything, there's nothing I can really do. Alright, well, we're going to scry this time. See if we can hit something playable. That is something playable. technically enough damage. That being said, he's probably going to have a removal spell. It's the full 8 damage if he doesn't have anything. If he has anything at all, we lose. So we played her out, at least. Rip. We had a removal spell, so we lose. Nothing we could do. Holding blockers back probably doesn't win. This has to be one of our worst matches. Which is why we have 4 Swelter Sons in our sideboard. Why we have 4 Braids in our sideboard. Why we have an Unsummon that I probably don't want. It stops zombie tokens, but it's probably not good enough. Still think that's fine, even if that is the plan. I'm going to assume that these cards that let me get 2 for 1 aren't good enough. Get out of my deck. Get out of my deck. Get out of my deck. And get out of my deck. Thank you. They didn't have the old one, so I had to find something. So I guess that's something that's not particularly good, but maybe I can. Oh, I definitely don't want the spells. I don't know. The spells can get a removal spell, I guess. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot here. I can bring in negates. They hit removal spells, and they hit Liliana's Masteries, and they hit Liliana's. I just guess I'll bring those summons back in. Yeah, I guess all the rest of you do something. That was a pretty close game considering we mulliganed twice on the draw versus a fast deck that had a good start. This hand's just obviously better than anything we've saw so far. I'm actually surprised that last game was that close with the draw we had. Alright, well he's mulliganed to 6 this time. Well, that's not fair. He got to keep and put a card on top. I didn't get to do either. Well, okay, I kept a card on top, but I did go to 5. At least if he plays a zombie, I can go scootity, get that bootity. Onward! Onward, little Storm Chaser Mage, go go! Be Inspector Gadget. Well, really wanted to land. I think it's worth it to abrade this before he gets to go crazy with it. I like how I missed a point of damage because I'm stupid. I could have abraded it and gained a point of damage. The real question is, am I too proud to cast a abrade now? I am not too proud to cast a abrade. Yeah, that was a pretty mediocre play by me. I like how I draw the double favored vision versus the opponent who gets the mulligan hand. Yeah, that was a pretty bad play, but I'm not too proud. I'll go ahead and cover that up, put that back. What do we got here? Ooh, we got a land. We can play a spell. Probably help him more than hurt him at this point. Goodbye, Storm Chaser Mage. That's fine. Well, that would have been nice as an untapped land, but we'll take whatever we can get. Could just like not have more zombies. That would be great. Hey, he didn't have more zombies. Wow. Well, if he doesn't have more zombies, I just slam more favored visions. I don't know how good this is to keep slamming favored visions versus my zombies player. If he took 2 damage that turn, he's probably going to take 2 damage this, or 4 damage this next turn. Which seems reasonable to me. Oh, that was a pretty good draw. We still don't have lands though. There's 20 lands in the deck. You could play Liliana's Mastery here, which would suck. Well, that sucks for me. Oh, cool. Moto's restarting itself for doing this weird stuff. Alright, so I'm going to take a little damage. And he's hopefully going to take a little more. Nice. Fun times, fam. Fun times. Shoot. Well, I think I can take one more hit, so pretty sure it's just safe to do this. Because if he took a hit last turn, and he's probably going to take another hit. Let's see what we draw, and then figure out what we're going to do discard-wise and stuff. Not made any decisions about that yet. Alright. 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 Well, I'm just going to go ahead and discard. I'm going to discard this thingy because I don't think it does anything. This thingy because I don't think it does anything. I could have went ahead and used a shock to hold a card, but realistically I'm not going to be able to play my cards anyway. So it's going to be really hard for him to get off and underneath this favored visions from here. Well, when we draw 3 favored visions, the things get done. It'll be very hard for him to survive this. Especially when we have this other Sweltering Sun. Alright, probably going to shock his face now. Go ahead and play Swelter. Cast, not cycle deck. And there's no way he's getting under these 3 favored visions, so I didn't even have to commit anything else to the board if I didn't want. Like, these are going to win the game. Is he going to put anything back in his hand in this spot? Alright, well, maybe he knows something we don't. Wish I'd played my land prior to combat so that I could press F6. I'm going to play the island because there's an unsummon in our deck. And we could hit the shock or the unsummon here. That's not a shocker unsummon. That's not a shocker unsummon. That's not a shocker unsummon. So, let's see if we can take 9 damage. Or if we beat a zombie deck with favored visions. That amuses me. I've never noticed how cool the art is on that. It's like coming out of his eyelid. That's, ew. Ewy. That could be in a really bad movie. I just don't like a lot of the cards in this deck for this match. I don't really like these. Maybe the unsummons are better? I don't know. Let's try some unsummons, friend. Unsummons. Maybe we just draw like 4 favored visions again. He won't have a fast draw. And that's how we scooty get the booty. Well, this is another just completely and utterly terrible hand, and we're going to mulligan for another time this match. We'll keep. We don't want the land at all. Opponent, got to keep 20 cards. We got to keep 18. Not fair. Wah, 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 wah. Hopefully it's not a cryptic. A little crypt breaker would be a little sad. How popular are we today? It's obviously a crypt breaker. We are not popular at all. Guess I'm willing to unsummon that thing. That might have been a little bit loose, but I think our deck's mostly removal spells, so maybe it's not loose. Obviously, wish we'd droned the shock on turn 1, so we wouldn't have had to do that there. And that's a good one, folks. A beat. And that card's not good at all. We'll go ahead and get this on the board. For the simple reason I may want to cast that just to try to get it in my graveyard. I have to attack, I think. Also kind of don't want to put the Lord of the Curse in the graveyard prior to their having a chance to play a Diregraph. Oh, maximum punished. Maximum punished. Well, wasn't really thinking about that when we made this decision. Wasn't really thinking about that when we made this decision. Maybe he won't have a removal spell. Alright, we'll find out. Getting ready to get blown out, fam. Rip. The second fatal push. And we're dead. Could draw a shock, I guess. I think that card does something if I draw a shock. Crash through. Well. Alright. I guess we're not dead yet. We can still draw a shock. Or another unsummon. Shock or another unsummon. So we have some outs. Just not very dang many. That's neither of those things. So this game's over. Well, we won a game. Probably more than I expected. I'd like to have been able to keep 7 cards versus him game 1 and game 3. Saw if that mattered at all. The game 3 wasn't that bad. We just mulliganed once, but game 2 or game 1, the multiple mulligans was way too much. But I got a feeling that match is particularly bad anyway. Well, this is the first reasonable hand we've had. So we'll keep. Both kept 7. Gonna play this thing. Hopefully play the Riddle form next turn. So double. Okay, he's that type of deck. That's fine. Got an Inspiring Sanctuary. So he's storming us. Huh, hands are getting even better. Hopefully we're fast enough. Oh, he's attacking me. Much love, friend. Much love. I guess we'll play this one first. Ooh, another riddle form. Gain trample until end of turn. Gotcha. Bone Saw's ready. Okay, that's a reverse engineer. And that's an Ornithopter. And that's another Glint. Could be dead next turn. It's another Ornithopter. Could be dead next turn. Play this guy. Play this guy. And we'll attack. So we're probably lethal next turn if he doesn't beat us. This turn, anyway. Probably. Maybe we're not lethal, I guess, but a good spot. Be 9. We'll have 9 power flying, but he's got like a million ways to block. So sing the blues. Another Crash Shrew would be great. So Baral's Expertise. So we're probably dead then. He had what I like to call it all. The turn 5 kill out of that deck is pretty rare. Not not entirely sure what to do now because I think I'm just dead. He gets to get another artifact from that, but I get to deal more damage. Ah, triggers. Triggers. No. So yeah, I don't really have an out now. I guess he'd have to brick with this card. Have to keep hitting spells every turn to even keep attacking with the riddle forms. He did not brick. That is not bricking at all. Alright, so we'll go ahead and scry. See what we find. On top of our library. Well, we don't want that. Didn't want that either, so this didn't get us anywhere. Next turn we get to scry again. So if he ever shows me a paradoxical outstorm, I'm just going to scoop. Yeah, that's a paradoxical outcome, so that's the game. That dispels the stuff in our main deck, we just didn't draw them at the right time. Anyway, so I think obviously Embraid's pretty insane versus him. Obviously Negate's pretty insane versus him. I think these Beaumont carriers are pretty sick versus him. I think these Dispels are pretty sick versus him. I think these Shocks are pretty bad versus him. I think these Crash Shrews are pretty bad versus him. I think these Unsummons are pretty bad versus him. I think these are pretty bad versus him. Well, guess what? I can't sideboard all that out. So I have to think of something that I want to keep. What is something I want to keep? I thought about it, but like, he shouldn't be casting his artifacts like that. That's just him playing badly. Is he going to keep playing badly? I'm not sure if he's going to keep playing poorly. But I'm willing to try it. We'll throw 2 in. They cycle. I guess we'll also throw 2 of the cantrips back in. Just because they cantrip. Yeah, mostly just because they cantrip. So, to play first. Well, we get to mulligan again. Fun times. And we get to keep this hand. Even though this hand's very, very, very bad. I guess I don't want that because my riddle form and stuff does nothing if I keep that. I guess I'm gonna Storm Chaser for the simple fact that I don't have any way to turn on the riddle form anyway. And they're missing a land drop. Well, 3 points of power on the table. We're getting ready to lock, scoot, and boogie. Second island, play the prophetic prism. I want an untapped land, but I'll settle for any spell that's a spell. Actually, since I have 2 negates, I'm just going to hold up negate and literally negate anything he plays. Like, quite literally negate anything he plays. Especially if it cantrips. Well, I can't negate that, so he just calls me a liar. I don't think it's worth that. I think trying to spike the reservoir is just worth more. Like, if you knew for a fact he wouldn't draw the other land, it might be worth it, but like, there's no guarantee. He did not block with an Ornithopter. That's surprising to me. Well, whatever this is, we're going to cast negate. Didn't much care what it was. Though in all honesty, that was probably for a reservoir, and we probably could have abraded it. But I like where we're at in the game. Yeah, annoying little bird. A little annoying bird's going to cause problems. So he kind of shut off our attacks here, and I'm in pretty bad shape now, actually. Sure. Resolverinis. Don't have a whole lot of ways to trigger the riddle forms anymore. I guess another riddle form triggers them? Not sure that casting this other riddle is worth it. So he's going to Metallic Rebuke that? That's fine for me. Well, draw 6 more spells, and so Firebrand Archer is going to do it all, friends. Probably need to put in more cantrips. This card has been very, very good this game. Baral's expertise on this, and this. I guess that resolves. And I'm going to let this resolve too, because I can abrade it. Not let him gain that much life. But he's tapped out, so I think that's fine. Well, that was a minor ripperoonie. I guess I'll play this thing. And attack. The attacking doesn't do anything, by the way, at all. Kind of just hoping he misread the mage. Sure, you can have Bonesaw. Question is it ready? Commit. Put target spell on top of its owner's library second from top. Sure. Don't care about that card either. It's going to give me a trigger here in a minute. This guy don't even know, man. My things are going to be getting froggy because of that. We played a Storm Chaser Mage because next turn when I played a Riddle, it can attack through an Ornithopter at least. So he drew another Ornithopter. It's almost worth it to let him use this. Well, so I can't even attack anymore. That's always fun. Go ahead and stack the Prowess triggers because I don't care. Stack the Prowess triggers because I don't care. Let that thing resolve. And attack for 4. Not attacking with you. So I'll either kill an Ornithopter or I'll deal 2 damage. This deck's actually not that easy to play. So he's going to memory and he has no tapped lands, so go ahead and pop off the memory. Sure, you can be a creature. I don't care. I sideboarded the wrong card and it's going to be useful. That amuses me that I sideboarded in the wrong card and it's going to be useful. So yeah, this was supposed to be a cantrip. So probably pretty close to very bad for me. Sure. Sure. Yep, that was very bad for me. I also should have put this on this so I could have had an additional attacking creature. That was a bad play by me. Oh wow, he's going to get rid of the Glint. If he gets rid of the Glint, I can attack every turn. With more threats than just that. But yeah, I made a play mistake. This should have been the one that got enchanted. Well, so we lose. I didn't draw particularly well, and I didn't play particularly well. Like, I shouldn't have used a counterspell on one of these other things. So he probably untaps and wins. Well, I guess we'll put it on the right thing this time. But yeah, both of these should have been cantrips. They're on cantrips. I would have had a pretty reasonable chance of winning this game. as opposed to the close to 0 chance I have now. So that was pretty bad of me. It's definitely pretty bad of me. And if I hadn't made this play mistake last turn, we would have got to attack that turn. So that was also pretty bad of me. So yeah, let's just make 1,000 play mistakes. Well, if I hadn't played so badly, we'd at least had a chance. Oh, cool. He's got another one of these. Well, that's good for me. Well, I don't know what his plan is now. Especially when we have the rune still in play. Does he just not have anything? Alright, well. Yes. So he plays Engulf the Shores too. That's something to think about. Alright, so... Oh, wow. I could have swore I sided these out. Wait, maybe I wasn't supposed to sideboard these out. I definitely need more spells, though. Just run it back, see what happens. Well, this hand's clearly good. We'll go ahead and keep it. I have a turn 1 play for once. I'm not going to have very many turn 1 plays because there's only 4 turn 1 plays in the deck. Well, now we get to play the Riddle form and attack for a bunch the next turn. This hand might be good enough if he doesn't have Inspiring Thingy. If he does have Inspiring Thingy, I'm in already rough shape. So I can play this thing. Sorry. I can play this thing. I can play this thing. I can put it on this thing. It always yield to these things. And we can attack for a bunch. Let's turn 3, 12 damage. I guess that's something. We have a Dispel for an Engulf. The Mage survives an Engulf. So, just going to play this Crash through. And with the Dispel backup, that should be lethal. Well, we drew the nuts this game and got a turn 4 kill. That's hilarious. The Dispel protected us from Engulf. I didn't have to worry too much about Engulf. And if he had engulfed main phase and just bounced like this guy back, it wouldn't have bounced this guy, and I would have been able to replay them. We did it, boys. We're on the table. What did we score? We scored 20 play points. Aw, yeah. We're having fun. I don't even care if it's bad. For anybody who cares, there's a link to the Twitter down below. I post every time I go live. I post every deck list. On the Twitter, there's also a link to the YouTube. Follow the YouTube. I don't know. Follow the Twitter. I argue with people a lot on the Twitter. That's fun. Going to get you if that arguing. This deck was worth logging back on for. Pretty good time. The only problem with this deck is we don't get to bring Glory. I don't really like playing Standard without Glorybringer in my deck. I need to delete all of these, like, outdated lists. Whatever. I confuse. I've broke my moto. Huh. I broke my moto. Hello, moto. Yeah, this deck is hot garbage. There was two from the open. One that like top 16 one, and I think it might have top 8 at the other. They looked considerably more tuned than this. Alright, I have some removal spells in the favored visions. I think that's time to party. We will keep you master of all arms. You favored visions, you card that makes many men smile. I'm playing mono red. Fear me, opponent. Fear our mono red prowess. I'll cycle this if he doesn't play anything I can shock. If he plays anything I'll can shock. I'm gonna shock it because, you know. Hey. Oh, this is a sorcery. I guess I'm not going to cycle it. I'm going to read cards in the future. It didn't change anything because I would have still held up shock in that spot, but now that I have unsummon, I don't have to worry about holding up the shock. Hope our opponent had to read that card, because I certainly had to read it when somebody told me about it. Huh. Well. Old favored visions be everything that we need. Because there's very little chance we're dealing any more damage this game than with you. Especially if this is just like a bristling Hydra. No, 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 Hydra, no. You're too strong, Bristle. You're too strong, Bristle Bay. Alright. Let's just keep going down this lonely, lonely road again, friends. Like, we don't have any good cards. What am I supposed to do? These cards don't do anything. Might be able to get him low enough and, like, gimp him with those? Well, that's not getting him low enough and gimping him with anything. You could have been anything but the Hydra that bristles. Oh god, he's comboing us. He's pummeling us. Doesn't he know pummeling's my deck? This is rude as fuck, fam. So I have no out, right? Like I just have stone no out. Yeah, I just have stone no out. So that's what that feels like. That's what that feels like. I understand now. I think these are reasonable versus that deck. These, in combination with these, are pretty good, I guess. That's probably pretty good versus that deck. These unsummons aren't particularly good, I don't think, but they are one-mana interactive spells. These cast throughs are definitely not good. These consuming darks are probably not good. These negates might be good. I think the spells are fine. What do you guys do again? Yeah, you guys don't do a... You guys are going to be the best card on my deck. I can just feel it. I'm going to keep making fun of you until you just, like, carry me. Alright, we'll get rid of an unsummon. I will play first, and we will try to go fast. Does this hand go fast? Yeah, this hand goes reasonably fast, I guess. play you. Pass. I'll play you. Oh no, I guess I won't play you. I'm going to play the Visions next turn, so I'm just going to go ahead and play this guy this turn. Go Speed Visions. Wow, he didn't have anything. If he didn't have anything, that means there's a good chance that he has a Harness Lightning. Right? So we're just not going to make this guy 3/3. That was a good draw. Now we just need an untapped land. And we're pretty happy. Well, probably dead if we don't draw one of our mini removal spells. That's not one of our mini removal spells, friends. Well, I guess we play this guy as a blocker. Try to conserve upon a life while we're still looking for lands. Well, it's getting worse. I will block. I will trade this for his energy in a heartbeat. Come on, deck. Come on, fam deck. Where's our lands, fam deck? I think we win next turn if we survive this turn. Pretty sure we win next turn if we survive this turn. We might have won this turn. So this would have been a 3, 4, 5. We just did 10. Yeah, there wasn't no way for me to trigger it this turn. A shock would have been enough. No, shock would have only been... No, shock would have been enough. Anyway, so we just need to get through this turn. If we survive this turn, we're going to be rather happy. If he's got double trample spell, we're dead. If he has... There's a lot of things we're dead. If he had a larger than life, we were dead. So I'm willing to trade this for anything he has. As long as he doesn't give this trample, I don't care what he does. If he's got the second trample spell, we obviously can't win. No. No. He could just cast it and save us all some time instead of making us go through triggers and stuff. I'm at an effective 15 right now, so literally anything that gives us trample wins. Alright, well, he didn't have anything that gave it trample. And he didn't kill my guy. I think those two things were both mistakes. I think he should have gave it trample again, and or killed my guy. Yes. Yes. Damage can't be prevented, so you can't stop me with a fog, and we're attacking for literal thousands. So Insult was pretty sweet. Insult did a lot of work. Sure. Kills one of those at random. Takes 15, I think. I'm not sure. 4, 8, plus 6, 14. Sure. Whatever. We knew it was enough. Well, the sideboard plan worked out well. I like how I'm trying to sort this by casting cost, but like, it's all one drop, so I can't sort it. Okay. Okay. Well, it worked. Let's run it back and see what happens. Insult to injury, baby. Is this our new favorite card, or is Fling still our favorite card? Because if you notice, this card has a Minotaur on it as well. This hand is atrocious. He mulliganed though, so I think I'm willing to keep a removal spell and an unsummon. He put it on top, so that's no, he put it on bottom, so that's probably Dece for me. Whether it's Dece or just Dece plus, we'll never know. There's some argument to going ahead and casting an unsummon on that turn. Oh wow, he's mana screwed. That's not fun. That's not fair. It's not fair at all. So yeah, just going to use the mana as efficiently as possible. Might give him a play on the following turn, but like he may not have lands. Sure, we just want to press F6 was the only reason I did any of that. We can attack for 12 next turn if we draw our one card, which is pretty good. We have an Abrade plus a Negate, which is pretty good. That's obviously not a land, so he's probably playing the Servant again. Storm Chaser Mage, so we're going to go ahead and play the Storm Chaser Mage. We're going to cast a Abrade on this guy, and we're going to attack for 8. Always. Not pressing always yes, because we may use a Swelter at some point. Well, so basically I need to draw something spell-wise that I can play on the following turn. Would be willing to cast a Swelter just to